It is with great pleasure that I invite one of our very favorite members of our community to come to the stage. She is full of wisdom and joy. She's our storyteller, singer, songwriter, and author. Ladies and gentlemen, please give it up for Mercedes Herman. We're going to give you a little music while you speak.
As a Puerto Rican, I need to have my hands so I can be able to talk. I give greetings to you, and I give blessings here. And today, I wanted to speak, and this Reverend Yolanda and Sister Yolanda said to me, talk about leadership. And you know, everybody wants to be a leader. Everybody has gifts. How many times teachers have told their children, oh, little Johnny has leadership skills. Oh, he has leadership skills. But the fact of the matter is, what are we looking for in a leader? Are we looking for someone tall? Are we looking for someone big, strong? Are we looking for someone who just is there, the presence? I like to take the story of Joseph in the Bible. Joseph was born with a gift. And I like Joseph because he also had a coat that had many colors. And if anybody knows, I love colors. And his father just loved him so much and just knew that he was going to be a leader, and he would just show him everything that he needed to know. Look at all the land that you have. But the one thing about being a leader is that you have to be a servant first. Yes. You cannot be a leader unless you're a servant.
Right. That's right.
So Joseph, of course, as he went around cockiness, oh yes, I'm going to be a leader. I'm going to rule all this. And he went to his older brothers and told his older brothers, you will be bowing down to me. You will be doing this. You'll be doing that. And he was also a little snitch. You know, to go back to his father and say, they're not working, they're not doing this. So his brothers had a real plan. They beat the shit out of him. And then on top of that, they sold him to a group of different people. You want to be a leader, you got to take those punches. You got to know that you're going to get beat up. And you got to know that people don't really care about what you really got to say. And when you get on their one good nerve, they will sell you off. That's the first thing that you learn as a leader. And Joseph, as he's on whatever camel or whatever train, or maybe he was on the D train, things were just really kind of rough. And he kind of like said to himself, you know, God, Supreme Being, whoever, the same way we have to do. He said, let me kind of like change this up. And he became a good servant. His first place that he was as a servant, he was so good that the man that owned him didn't even know what he was going to eat. He just knew that Joseph. And Joseph, of course, had some problems because, you know, he was cool, he was good looking, he was young. And, you know, the wife, he said, ooh, this is nice meat, let me come talk to him. And he said, no, I can't do that. Because how can I then tell someone to do something when I do something that's immoral? And that's what's happening now. How many times people who want to be leaders are doing just immoral things? And what I mean by immoral, doing things that are not loving and caring and helping someone. So, you know, they lied and the guy sold him to somebody else. He landed up in the prison. How many leaders do we know come out of prison systems? Because they know the hurt, they know what's going on. And if you want to be a leader, you have to be something. You have to know where the group of people that you want to lead out. And another thing about Joseph, what I like, and I love it how God does this, he made Joseph an immigrant. He put him in another place. You see, you can't talk, you can talk to your family and you can have a little, group and, we're gonna do this. But if you want to talk to the world, you have to go to other places. And that's what happened. He had to take him out of his little comfortable spot where he was going around being cocky and everything, that he had to land up, putting him in a different place. He put him with Egyptians, he put him in prison with very different people and different working status. That's another thing. You want to be a leader, or you're looking to see what your leader is going to do. Where has he worked? What has he done? Does he know what the people want?
Yeah.
My famous saying is, people want to sell you things you don't want. And that's the same thing with leadership. People want to lead you someplace and you're like, I won't go there. I won't do that. And why? You don't know that. And as you continue, you see that Joseph, and another thing also too, that I always say this about leaders, leaders don't tell their dreams to everybody. Because you saw when he told his brothers that he dreamt all this kind of stuff, they beat him up. Leaders are wise to know who they're going to share their dreams with, and who they're going to have, the people that are going to help them with their dreams. Let's rush this up really quick. He lands up in jail, he views somebody's dream, and the next thing you know, the Pharaoh hears about this guy. Leaders do work so well that someone is able to tell somebody else, you know something? You need to come to the church that has a 2-drink window because you're going to get some wisdom here. You need to go here. You need to do whatever. You need to start to look at who your leaders are, because you will, we are built to follow. Anybody will tell you, I don't follow anybody. Watch a kid. Give him a cookie, he's going to follow it. All right? But the thing is that you want to be able to know. So when Joseph got up there and the Pharaoh said to him, I got this dream, and he said, let me listen. But you see, all the years that he was in jail, they never tell you how long he was, whatever, he was learning. He was learning how to speak to people. If we want to be a leader, we need to be able to speak to people. Speak to them where they're at, speak to them and know what it is. And we also have to tell the truth, too. I mean, there was a time when Joseph, he was doing a little card reading and doing whatever he was, and he said to the guy, you ain't coming out of this too well. You're going to be hanged. You're going to be all right. And the guy was like saying to himself, I paid my last shekel to hear this. But sometimes we do have to pay our last shekel to hear that. We as leaders, and this is a really great place to learn leadership skills, you need to take a look and say to yourself, am I a good servant? Because you see, if you don't want to serve and you don't want to pick up the junk off the floor, this lovely gentleman here today showed me something as a good leader. He was very concerned about the fact that the table was wobbling. He was concerned, and he really looked to see how he could fix that table. And then when he knew that many people were going to come, he moved everything so that he said, I want them to be able that they could sit together. See, that's how you look to see if that person has leadership skills. Are they a good servant? Are they willing to share with you? Are they willing to suffer with you? And remember, you will get beat up and you will be sold, and by your own family. But the beauty of it, with this community, and whatever community you're in, God gives you a bigger family. And at the end, he saved his family. So when you're looking to be a leader, do a quick look over about Joseph and pick out those areas that you need. And remember, if you're not willing to be a servant, then you're not willing to be a leader.
Mercedes Herman, everyone. Thank you, Mercedes.